going on, nation? It's DanielJon. I hope you guys are good. And I hope you're okay. And it's time for that Sunday Q&A. And my voice is a little rasp at the moment, and that's because I've just got out of bed. Yes, just got out of bed. Had a wash, brushed my teeth, put some water on my face, made myself, of course, a BBC, and jumping straight into this Q&A. So, I'm not sick, I'm not under the weather, I have literally just woken up. So you guys get the awesome opportunity to see me first thing in the morning. This is what I look like, technically, except for without the hat. So, I'll be like this. And speaking of hats, I've got a new one, look. Dark blue one. So, let's just put this back on. Hair behind the ears. Oh, and I am wearing that charcoal grey Boss Man t-shirt. If you want one, go and buy one. And, yeah, Sunday Q&A is going to be nice and short today, actually. Depends how long I drink it, actually. It's my fault, usually. The questions are usually short and simple. It's just me that drags their asses out. So, without further ado, let's get straight into this so that you guys can enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Q&A, just fantastic. Now, the question is, would you beat Elliot Hulse at a strongman competition? May I just say beforehand, I've got a few questions on the screen, and I'm also going to put the Facebook page up where I asked the thread yesterday, kind of where you guys got your questions in. Would I beat Elliot Hulse at a strongman competition? Yeah, man, I've been training for like 30 years. That dude's only just started. Of course I'd whoop his ass. Hell no. And I hope he doesn't take down the wrong way if he ever saw this video. But no, there's no way I'd ever be able to beat Elliot Hulse in a strongman competition. You know that strongman competition he did, that he hosted at his gym? I would love to enter that one day. Obviously, I'm in a different country and he's in the US, it's going to be very awkward. But something like that, if he ever runs something like that again and I've got the funds to travel over there and stay in America, then I would definitely love to do that. Just for the opportunity, you know, because I'm a very competitive person, and I think that would be something awesome to be entered in. Bearing in mind the amount of hype that actually got was incredible. You know, there was a lot of people that turned up and a lot of strong people there. So it was definitely something I'd like to do one day. Dan, for the Q&A, why am I making so many gains and I'm only 16, aka Hacks? Oh yeah, he's got his Facebook page. I'm friends with him on Facebook, just in case I didn't know who he was. He said, Dan, you cheeky Tyrannosaurus, why haven't you followed me on Instagram? I'm sorry, bro, I just haven't, you know, I don't have enough time at the moment to literally do all my social networks. I'm falling behind at the moment, like Instagram, Facebook. You guys know, if you ask a question on YouTube, it probably doesn't get answered for about a week. And that's because I, you know, work at the moment, I'm traveling and I can't, you know, answer questions while I'm driving because obviously the simple fact is, that's not safe. So, why am I not following you? I will follow you, brother. I will follow you. Next time on Instagram, and I remember, I will follow you. You have my word on that. And why are you making so many gains and you're only 16? Because you're in that stage, baby. You know, that's a good thing, right? Let me just tell you something. If you're 16 years old and you're making gains, don't question it because you're doing it right. It's as simple as that. You are doing something right. Now, obviously, those are kind of your prime years. You know, they say teenage years are the years where you're growing. So whenever you're doing incorporating weight training, you know, your first 2-3 years anyway of weight training, you're going to see some dramatic results. After that, okay, yeah, it does tend to slow down a little bit, but you know, for the best part of it, the first 2 years, 2.5, 3 years, you are going to see the best part of your gains come in that time. And I've seen his pictures. If I can find his Instagram by the time I upload this video, I'll put it in the description because he has actually got a solid physique, and you guys can go and judge for yourself exactly how good he actually looks for a 16-year-old. He actually looks very impressive. So keep up the good work, but you are doing something right. If you're making gains and you're 16 years old, keep it up, my brother. How do you calculate your calories, Dan? Been stuck at around 200 pounds. Been stuck at around 200 pounds for 2 weeks now. Now, don't take that as a negative thing, being stuck at 200 pounds for 2 weeks, because I was stuck at I started at 206. I'm down to 185 now, give or take some. I think I've lost some more weight since that last weigh-in. So, give or take some, you know, don't look at that being stuck there for 2 weeks as a negative thing, because you do plateau throughout your weight loss journey and it may not need any adjustments whatsoever. You may just find in 2 more weeks' time you've just dropped down to like 196. And it could be as simple as that. So hang in there. If you're still weighing the same, you know, within the next week and a half, 2 weeks, then adjust your calories and only really take those calories away from your carbohydrate content. And the way I calculate my calories is I find my lean body mass. So probably at the moment it's about 165, give or take, maybe 160. I'm not going to say a number because I haven't done it for a long time and I've been sticking to the same calories and it's been working for me. So I find my lean body mass. And then I have an online calculator, which you guys could probably find in one of my old videos, which is how to calculate your calories. And I put all my numbers into that. I put my weight, my body fat percentage, my lean body mass, things like that, and it determines you a number that is pretty much you can go by, okay, for the best part. It's not accurate, but it's a good guideline. And then from that number, I basically total from my lean body mass 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass. So if I weigh 160 pounds lean body mass, that's not my total body mass. Then I'll be getting 160 grams of protein. I aim for about 0.4 to 0.5 grams of fat per pound of lean body mass. So I'm aiming anywhere from the range of about 65 grams of fat to about 65, 70, 75, give or take grams of fat per day. And then the rest of my calories I just fill with carbohydrates. Now we know that a carbohydrate, 1 gram, one carbohydrate is 4 calories. So say for instance I've got 1,000 calories left, then I need to do 1,000 calories divided by 4, and that would give me my carbohydrate content in that number. I'm not going to do it now because I'm a bit rusty in the morning and I can't seem to calculate. I'm very sorry. It's probably a very simple. It's 400 calories. There you go. No, it's not. What am I on about? 400 carbs times. No, I've just fucked up big time. Okay, ignore that. Scratch that. Get rid of it. It's actually 250, isn't it? Yeah, 250 grams of carbs times 4. Yeah, there you go. So give or take some, but that's how I work it out. I'm sorry that that's kind of just got a bit skewed with. Ignore what I just said, but they are the basic guidelines. 1 gram of protein per pound of lean body mass, 0.4 to 0.5 grams of fat per pound of lean body mass, and then the rest of my calories I just fill with carbohydrates. So I hope that's answered your question. So I'm very sorry that kind of dragged on then. I kind of probably confused you more than I helped you. So right, let's answer these questions. Will you bulk next time? And be more lean approach, or will you go for the YOLO fat bulk like you just did? Love you, Dan. I'm glad you added that love you, Dan, because you hurt my feelings, okay? No, I did go for that kind of YOLO approach. And I actually posted on Facebook yesterday my first kind of topless selfie, if you will, on the Facebook page. So the DanielJonFitness Facebook page is in the description. Go and check it out. Give me some feedback. How am I looking at the moment, you know? I'm not comfortable taking my t-shirt off when I'm about 187 pounds, 185 pounds. I need to get down to about 175, maybe 170 to actually look pretty half decent, I'm guessing. But yeah, will you? No, this is what it is. I'm going to get lean and I'm going to go for the slow, slightly increased calories over my maintenance, and I'm just going to keep weight training, I'm going to go for the powerlifting aspect of it. So what I'm doing now, just going to keep carrying on with that, keep pushing myself beyond my boundaries, and just keep getting stronger every week. That's the plan. Now, I don't plan on getting fat like I did this time around, and the reason that is because I don't feel comfortable with myself. There is no other reason for that. I could go and do it, if I felt more confident in myself and a bit comfortable, but I do have a kind of body image kind of thing, that disorder kind of thing. I don't like. It's not for the vanity of what other people's perspective of me is. It's how I look, So when I get up in the morning and I look in the mirror and I see love handles, a huge belly because I did have a big belly, man titties, and no definition whatsoever. That is a bit of a disorder for me. Now, I don't care if it is a body image disorder, but I'm going to admit straight away I don't like to see myself like that. So I'm not going to put myself back into that category or that image that I didn't like. So I'm going to try my best to kind of lean bulk, if you will. Quantity over quality. This is a good question. When it comes to food, not being nasty, I mean low-calorie foods like fruit against chocolate bars or junk you enjoy. Right, quantity over quality. Right, would you rather eat, let's go with the fruit aspect, what he said, a banana, a handful of grapes, an orange and an apple, or would you rather eat your favourite chocolate bar, whether it be a Dairy Milk, whether it be a Hershey's chocolate bar? What would you rather eat? Now, my personal opinion, and you're going to probably think, what the fuck, is I would actually like a chocolate bar, because I do enjoy chocolate. However, the scale is equally balanced, and I would equally like the fruit, because I really enjoy fruit. Now, if it was put in front of me now, I would easily choose the fruit, because I know that I would enjoy it better in the long run, and it would probably fill me up more. Because I'd be having, for the total calories that are in a chocolate bar, give or take about 250 to 300 calories in a single chocolate bar. 50 grams of banana is about 90 calories. You've got an apple, which is about 13, 14 calories. A handful of grapes, probably about 20 calories. And you've also got an orange, which is probably about 16 calories. So you could have all of that and more for the amount of calories that are in that one chocolate bar. So I would probably go for the quantity, the quantity of this over the quantity of that. And the quality, I would go hands down with the fruit. Although you can incorporate into your macros chocolate bars and things like that, which I do. You know, I was driving down the M25 yesterday, I had to pull in the services and put some fuel in the van, and I grabbed myself a pack of chili Doritos, because I thoroughly enjoyed them and I wanted a snack. Now, I was still under my calories at the end of the day, but things like that aren't going to majorly set me back. And, you know, last night, I had quite a big dinner, but I was still under my calories, and just that little snack, I believe Jason Blaha said this the best, that you should with your diet, I'm sorry I'm stuttering a lot, it is very early guys, I'm sorry, I should have done this later really, I've got a busy day though. He said at the end of your day, or throughout your day, you got your total number of calories, save around 250 to 300 calories for a little treat. He doesn't believe in going full diet mode kind of thing, you know, where you eat just good clean food. He says save about 250 to 300 calories to have an extra little treat, whether that be some, you know, jelly or some ice cream or a chocolate bar or something like that. I believe he said that in one of his videos quite a while back. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he did. So yeah, I definitely I like the quality of food, because you can get a lot more quantity for that as well. What's the best legs push pull workout? When I did legs push pull, I did legs push pull rest, legs push pull repeat. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I love it, and I do miss the high volume. And the best one I could say is make sure you're doing all your compound movements. You'd be silly not to. So on leg day, obviously you go in, you do your legs. I also did deadlifts the same day. Second day, legs, push. So I did all my push movements, my overhead press, my bench press. Second day, pull movements. No, I didn't do deadlifts on leg day. I'm very sorry, I just fucked up big time. I done on the legs day, strictly legs. On the push day, I did overhead press and bench press. On the pull day, I did deadlifts and my accessory movements like rows and things like that and pull-ups. And then I had a rest day and I repeated that same process over again. And then I had a rest day and I repeated the process over again. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you're going to do something like that, legs push pull, definitely make sure you're getting all your compound movements in, and focus on them more than anything really, because the accessory work is simply accessory work. It doesn't need to be done. You know, if you really want to think about getting stronger, then you know, accessory work is not necessary really. I'm going to say that out loud, and I'm going to probably get criticised for that. But if you're going for more of the, you know, the hypertrophy kind of build muscle kind of stage, then yeah, the accessory work is probably going to be beneficial to you. What's the, oh no, I just answered that question. Bench press tip. I probably have the weakest bench press out there, and really looking forward to a way to build it up. BBC, of course, Big Black Coffee will help. That doesn't really. When you come down with your bench press, so you're starting up in this position, you want to make sure your arms are not here, okay, if you will. I'm trying to look in the camera so I can see what I'm doing. You don't want them to be like here, because it's just uncomfortable. You can't get a great range of motion, and it just feels really uncomfortable. So when you come down with your bench press, you want to come down with your arms kind of to the side, so like that. So when you come down to your chest, you're really stretched out, and you get that stretch reflex, and boom, straight back up. That is probably one of the best tips that I found. I used to bench press like this, yeah, like that. And I ended up doing a lot of damage to my shoulder. Now, I'm not going to say it does damage to your shoulder, but it did to me. I'm not going to say it does to you, because you might find it fine. But when I started coming down to the side with my arm to the side, if you will, so I wasn't like this no more. I was down here, so my arms came under, and I could squeeze my back and everything like that, and I could get my chest and then get that stretch reflex. I found that was a great tip for me. So aiming for underneath your titties and your arms kind of to the side like this, not out like that. You'll see Brian Nielsen do that a lot as well. He comes down, and he's got really good form on the bench press, and he can bench press over 250 pounds at a body weight of about 160 something. So yeah, he's definitely a prime candidate to look at in his bench press videos and things like that. Other than that, start light and then progress. You know, don't do what I've done and what many other people have done. Have gone into the gym, lift as heavy as you can, and then do half range of motion and blah blah blah, you know, because that's not going to get you anywhere. Only going to end you up in the emergency room when you've snapped your shit right up. So take it slow, progress. 2 years time, set yourself a goal that you want to be benching, I don't know, 250 pounds, because you're benching 150 now or something like that, and you'll probably achieve that goal a lot quicker than that window, because you've set that goal to get there. So if that makes sense. Do you ever consider front squats, Dan, you sexy beast? Yes, I am a sexy beast. I know that. You don't need to fucking tell me. No, I'm joking. Have I considered front squats? Yeah, I do front squats. I do front squats, but fucking I'm no good at it. I've done front squats, when did I do them? Probably about 6 weeks ago now, and I don't fucking like them because I'm no good at them. And that's why it is, you know. If I could actually be taught the correct way, because or had time to look at the correct way, it is only my laziness. You know, I do it and I don't like it and I throw the fucking bar. I'm just like, fuck's sake, can't do this. But I do like front squats. I like the way they look and I do like the way they feel, but it hurts my fucking shoulders. I haven't got the flexibility to hold the bar here. As you can see, that your arms need to kind of be like that. I can't do that. Or if I do this position where I hold my arms across my chest, it just fucking kills my deltoids because I'm a little bitch. So I do like front squats, but I don't want to use the pussy pad. I'm not even admitting to that. I don't want to fucking use the pussy pad. So, yeah, that's why I would like to do front squats. I think they're amazing, but I just haven't got, you know, the patience to learn them. And you guys know that I suffer enough with my back squats, so I'm trying to build them up as well, and then trying to incorporate a front squat. It's just kind of not going to work for me at the moment, but it's just down to my own shortcomings, my own laziness. Last question. Who has a better physique, Nadeem or Ben from Swolbros? I don't know. I think Ben does. What do you guys think? Nadeem, you asked a question. I can't really answer you. I can't really say you if you answer the question. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. The Sunday Q&A is over. We are in over 15 minutes. So I'm sorry if you've got bored and turned off, but if you're still here watching this, please know God doesn't love you. I do. So take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Peace. The other day, she was like, "Dad, in my t-shirt." She was like, "Close your eyes." And she pulled this out. I was like, "Oh my fucking God!"